So what do you do when you're on the go and your trusty blade gets dull? Well, you reach for a portable sharpener, and for years, the WorkSharp guided field sharpener has really been the staple, I would argue, for the industry and definitely for myself. I mean, I'm gonna level with you. I have at least 2 of these floating around in the shop and in my outdoor kits at any one time. And that's because it is a really ingenious design in a compact package with diamond stones as well as different types of ceramic rods for serrated or plain edge and a leather strop. But that doesn't mean it's a perfect portable system, and I've always found that there's one handicap in the design. And I may have just found the portable sharpener that could remedy that one handicap. This is the SharpPal Buddy Guard Sharpener. And a lot of you were actually asking me recently, because I've had it in the backdrops of some of my other videos, hey, what knife is that? It's actually not a knife. As you can see, it's a diamond coated sharpener. Now the coarse side is going to have a grit of 325, very similar to the WorkSharps, which is going to be 320. The difference you're going to find is on the fine side being 1200 on this model and being 600 on the WorkSharp. Now the WorkSharp obviously makes up for that with the ceramic rod, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So for a device that does not have a ceramic rod, I believe having that ultra fine 1200 grit and then that coarser 325 is a perfect balance, with the coarser side easily able to help you remove chips or rolls that may occur in extreme damage on your blades. And then I was pleased with how the extra fine side was able to give me a nice keen edge. And then this leather sheath acts as a leather strop, giving you the ability to strop those edges, knock off any micro burrs that were still existing after that ultra fine side, and get it really nice and sharp. And you may be curious about value. Well, forever, the WorkSharp has been going for $30, but I recently checked, must be inflation. They're going for $35 now. The SharpPal is going for $30 is what I paid for it. So you can save yourself a few bucks. I will have links in the description below this video if it's time to update your sharpening system. Those links will be provided for both options below. All right, so big whoop. It basically seems like a dumbed down version of what already exists in the WorkSharp. Well, this is the one area where this really seems to be a benefit and why I even purchased it in the first place. It's this paracord wrapped handle. It's going to be about 6 feet of paracord on there, but that is like a full grip of a compact fixed blade. The WorkSharp doesn't give you that type of grip. It gives you this little plate back here, which means you end up having to do a little pincher grip and try and support the blade. For compact tools, that's no issue. Anything under about 6 inches, there's no problem, and I can easily get to work with a WorkSharp sharpener. And guys, if you see value in this type of content, I invite you to hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't yet. Make sure to hit that bell icon so that you can be notified every week when I put up new content just like this. But when you move into larger tools, machetes, axes, garden tools, and large survival knives that are 6 inches or more, the WorkSharp definitely starts to lag in performance. It's a lot more difficult to handle it, manipulate it properly. You either have to find a really good resting place, and even then, it's tricky and you really got to watch your fingers, and it just never is ideal. I'm able to do it, but it's not ideal, and I don't get quite the edge I would prefer. Whereas I found that the Buddy Guard, because of its large, full gripped handle, allows me to give it a lot more support and leverage when I need to either reprofile or rehone those larger tools. And that is a big benefit, particularly when you're on the go in the outdoors or on a job site. You have a lot of larger, heavier tools that need to have an edge put back on them. I found it much easier to manipulate and do what needs to be done with this Buddy Guard. And especially when there is major damage to a tool, where there is a chip on an axe head or there is a roll on a machete, I'm able to work and use the leverage that is necessary much easier and get those damage points out and then hone it well enough to continue using it. And the handle on the SharpPal is going to have a 90-degree angle, so you could use it as a backup striker. Little pro tip for you: if you take the diamond stones off of the WorkSharp, they also can easily throw sparks. And though the SharpPal is about 1.5 inches longer than the WorkSharp, I found it's a little bit more portable since it is more of like a knife profile. It's easy to throw in a back pocket if you're moving around camp or having to go from point A to point B, sharpening different things. And if you're putting it in a survival pouch or kit, it's a little bit slimmer, though longer, and so it won't be quite as bulky in those compact survival kits. But I really feel it's going to come down to the type of tools you need to resharpen when you're out in the field. If it's more compact, fine-tuned tools, well, then the Work Sharp is still definitely the way to go. There's just a lot more precision that it offers and a variety, including the ceramic rods. But if they're larger, heavier duty tools, I found myself gravitating more to the Sharp Pal and have been able to get the edges honed a little bit quicker just because I'm able to put a little bit more leverage, have more consistency of grip with this particular sharpener. So guys, that's me and my experience with this little, not knife, but compact portable sharpener. I look forward to hearing from you guys. What's been your experience if you own one of these? How has it been holding up for you? I always appreciate when you guys leave the comments. If you have any questions about sharpening in general or something that maybe I didn't hit that you have questions about, I do invite you to leave a comment in the comment section below and to check out the other video popping up. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.